next time, of course, we are going to be joining you is 1 week from tonight. And it'll be a live edition, not 3 hours. It's going to be 6. We're going to tell you that at the end of the show. But right now, concluding the night from Temple, Pennsylvania, out near Reading. I've been out her direction several times. It is a lovely area out there. She is a contemporary Christian singer-songwriter from southeastern Pennsylvania. She started her music ministry in 2006. Her songs are described as inspirational/situational, pulling from experiences and everyday struggles while providing encouragement for believers. She has written over 85 songs. Her 7th album came out in April 9th, 2022. She just released, she's been releasing a lot of different singles lately. After singing all her life in church choirs, school chorus, and musicals, Yvonne started writing her own original music and performing in 2006. After releasing several projects herself, she formed a band with her family called Benign Fate, through which she released one album, BGTF. She eventually started playing again under her own name and released Send Me, Remade, and Great Adventure, and she has been releasing music as singles ever since Great Adventure. Now, she has co-written songs with a list of who's who, including Tim Timmons, a musician from Hillsong Young and Free, Ty Hunter from the Hunter Brothers, and had even Matthew West as a coach on a co-write. And most recently, I might add, got a chance to co-write with Ross King as well. Yes, indeed. She has performed on the same stage with Josh Wilson, Building 429, and the museum at Mayfair in Allentown. She has also been on the Extreme Tour, which we mentioned earlier in 2018, 19, 20, and 21. The songs on her new albums showcase her maturity as a singer-songwriter. She truly found her voice as a Christian artist, and she's writing songs that are capturing new fans across the globe. Remade, Great Adventure, and Walking on Water, produced by multi-platinum music producer Kevin McNulty. Albums, of course, are available on CD via online stores such as iTunes and Amazon, and on all streaming services such as Spotify, Amazon, Google Play, and Apple Music. Her own independent record label publishing imprint is handling the release of all new music. She is touring in support of her new music as well in and around the Pennsylvania and the greater New England radius area there. She even goes down to Tennessee every once in a while. Yes, indeed. Please welcome to the Reds Room stage. Thrilled to have with us once again, good friend of Red's Room and Christian Media Spotlight, Yvonne Hartman. Yvonne, good evening. Welcome to Red's Room.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Good evening.
I was here being quiet. I have my mic on.
I see. You mentioned this before the show. This is where you normally do all your online stuff, but behind you is something different tonight. That is from the 2022. I recognize that CD release party there.
Yes, it is. And you got to sign it.
I did.
Because you were emceeing.
Such a thrill to be there. Yeah, you have several of those. No, that is not your first one.
Yes. This is my second one that I did like this. I did one for Great Adventure, and I just love it because I can go back and read what everybody wrote to me. So everybody signed it. We had it at the church for everybody to sign with a silver Sharpie when they were at the thing. So it's a really nice memento.
And they are framed, and she can admire those type of memories and moments for years to come. Great. You've been working on a lot of different stuff musically lately, including a lot of singles. You've had a chance to work with Ross King, as mentioned, on one of your songs. What's the whirlwind time of music been like for you the last few weeks since you've last joined us on Red's Room?
It has been kind of crazy. I feel like I'm writing a lot of songs. I just finished, you're going to hear it tonight. I just finished a new original Christmas song called Go Tell It, and I'll be singing that tonight. And we also are working on in the studio, Oh Holy Night. And that will round out an EP for Christmas that will be released this year. So I'm really excited about that, along with my 3 Christmas songs that I have released as singles before this. So I've never really had enough for a collection. So now I'm going to have the chance to do that. So I'm kind of excited about that. And I've been writing a lot, doing a bunch of co-writes. I got to write with Ross King and a couple others. Danita Herringer and Gary Wayne White were my co-writers on that. And that was a songwriting workshop with Brian Bolivar. So we also wrote another song called, I think, Into the Light or something like that. I think it's called Into the Light. So we haven't even gotten to that one yet because I have another co-writer, Jesse J, he goes by, and I'm going to be singing two songs that we co-wrote together tonight that I co-wrote with him. And we have another song called The Evidence that we're trying to polish up, and that'll be next in the pipeline. So there's a lot going on right now.
A lot going on, a lot to be released. Loving all the new stuff in the pipeline lately. What's the first song you're gonna be starting out with for us tonight?
Well, the first song, I was going to start with a different song, but I thought I'd start with this song because our good friend Josh requested this song that I sing this. And I said, well, you're in luck. It's on the set list. It's called Faith Like That. And it's based on four stories in the Bible: the woman that was bleeding for 12 years, and the Roman centurion who asked Jesus to heal one of his servants, and also Abraham and Noah. So this is called Faith Like That.
She didn't need the fanfare, she didn't want to see. If she could only touch his hem, she would be made clean. She didn't doubt his goodness, trusted in his power, bravely reached her hand out through the crowd. Lord, give me faith like Abraham, ready to sacrifice it all, like Noah, for he saw a raindrop fall, to walk into the unknown. When I hear you call, I wanna have faith like that. Give me that, give me that, give me a faith like that. The servant wasn't well, he told Christ not to come. Just say the word Jesus, and healing will be done. The Roman's faith was greater than many he had seen. The servant was healed 'cause he believed. Lord, give me faith like Abraham, ready to sacrifice it all, like Noah, for he saw a raindrop fall, to walk into the unknown. When I hear you call, I wanna have faith like that. Give me that, and give me a faith like that. Lord, I'm crying out, help my unbelief, free me from all doubt, help me believe. Like Abraham, ready to sacrifice it all, like Noah, before he saw a raindrop fall, to walk into the unknown. When I hear you call, I wanna have faith like that, like Abraham, ready to sacrifice it all, like Noah, before he saw a raindrop fall, to walk into the unknown. When I hear you call, I wanna have faith like that. And give me that, give me a faith like that. I wanna have faith like that. Give me that, give me a faith like that.
Hey, like that, Yvonne Hartman.
Faith Like
One of
That.
her latest singles right here. You say that was one that you're particularly proud of as well when you released that one a short time ago. Do you want to clue our viewers in just a little tiny bit about how that particular song came into being?
I wrote that with a co-writer. Her name is Sarah Veterani, and she lives in North Wales, PA, which isn't that far from me, about an hour and a half. And we were part of a group called Song Chasers. And so we got together for a co-write, and we wanted to do a song based on some of the great faith people, the people that had great faith in the Bible. And so we picked kind of those four stories and wrote the song. And then the Song Chasers had a workshop called the Music Makers Boot Camp, which we both went to, and we drove there together. It was like 14 hours each way, and we roomed together, and we had a great time at that. So that's kind of how that song came about.
And what's song number 2 you got for us tonight, there, Yvonne?
Well, I thought I would sing The Day the Lord Has Made next. This is the brand new one that I co-wrote with Ross King, Danita Herringer, and Gary Wayne White. And this is based on, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And we did this a couple weeks ago or so in a workshop with Brian Bolivar on songwriting. And we got to co-write 2 songs, one of them with Ross and one of them with Brian. And so this is the first one, and I'm working with Brian to actually release this song. It was the first time I had ever written or tried to co-write or write a song to what they call a top line, which is he gave us several different choices of some kind of like basic music that was already that he did. This is Brian Bolivar did the little background tracks, and so we kind of had like what we call a top line, and so that was really different for me. I'd never written like that before. It was kind of interesting. And the song that came out is called The Day the Lord Has Made, and it is incredible. So hopefully you guys like it as much as I do. And it's called The Day the Lord Has Made.
Open up my eyes, sunlight comes streaming in, overwhelmed by life. Before the day begins, help me put my faith in you, so I can make it through to worship you and stand upon your truth. So I will take some time to say, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice, give him the praise. This is his day, the day the Lord has made. When I close my eyes, I thought I can see your face. You are my life. You are the truth, the only way. Help me put my faith in you, so I can make it through to worship you and stand upon your truth. So I will take some time to say, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice, give him the praise. This is his day, the day the Lord has made. And I will be glad in it. Lord, you have made this day, and I will be glad in it. So I will take some time to say, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice, give him the praise. This is his day, the day the Lord has made. And I will be glad in it. Lord, you have made this day, and I will be glad in it.
This is the day the Lord has made. I'll rejoice and be glad in it. Taken right out of the scriptures. Yes, indeed. Denise's lovely singing voice. This is an amazing song. Yvonne, awesome singer. This Josh. Denise Lewis, this has been an incredible night with lots of very talented musicians, as always is the case, Denise, right here on Red's Room tonight. A lot of your most recent songs have been co-written, Ross King, Tim Timmons, who's who, which is amazing co-writers. How has a lot of these co-writes helped push you and in your craft of songwriting? Have you learned a lot from a lot of these fellow um, writers and co-writers in doing a lot of these sessions as you have?
Yeah, I think so. I think the songwriting workshop that I went to in Nashville that I wrote with Tim Timmons, that was the first time I'd ever really, really done a co-write with like professional writers. And that was pretty intimidating first. But I learned a lot, and I think my music kind of like went to the next level after I was in that workshop. And I've released. We came out of that workshop with 4 songs, and I've released all of those songs now. And I think writing with other professional co-writers or people that do this a lot, it really helps you grow, and it helps you to see how they write a song, and you learn if things sound good, you kind of like you can take what they're doing, and you learn a lot. You just pick up a lot of things when you're doing these co-writes that you wouldn't really pick up on your own. But if you look at some of the songs that I've released, that have been totally my songs, I think that my songwriting has improved just because of doing all these co-writes. So you kind of pick up a few things and kind of incorporate that into your songwriting, and things get better all the time. And that's what you want. You want your stuff to get better, not stay the same. You want them to improve. And I think they have.
Yes, you do. And we love how you're continuing to push your craft forward as everybody, I'm so thrilled of everybody on here tonight. I think everybody on here is a great example tonight of just continuing to press forward musically in the creative envelope of the craft that God has given each and every one of you. Yvonne Hartman is here with us. What is song 3 on the list tonight, Yvonne?
Song 3 on the list is When Fear and Faith Collide, and this is my most recent release. It just was released about a month ago, because I just got tonight on my email my Spotify 1 month, artist thing. And this one I wrote with Jesse J. He lives in Nashville, and we do co-writing over the internet. It's pretty cool how we can do that these days. And this song we wrote right about when my nephew Jason had passed away. He had an accident and was fatally injured. And in the first session that we had, we just talked about the feelings that we were going through, and basically the feelings I was going through. And I had this idea for this song, and my pastor, I get a lot of my ideas from my pastor, but my pastor had said this in a sermon. He said, when fear and faith collide, you've got to choose faith. You have to learn to lean on your faith in Jesus, and that will get you through. And that's where this song comes from. It's called When Fear and Faith Collide.
I was living in fear of the changes of this world, the loss and all the grief, and the shaking that unfurls. Mask of uncertainty, the veil of things unseen, confused by messages, I feel like a refugee. I need to trust His promises. When fear and faith collide, I choose faith. When I'm all alone, I live in His embrace. So many things in life, what can I count on? The one thing that I know, when fear and faith collide, I choose faith. I choose faith. When fear and faith collide. I choose to live by faith. His promises are strong. My life is so much better. The rock my life is on. And now now in this life and a better life to come. I worry no more, I won't come undone. I need to trust His promises. When fear and faith collide, I choose faith. When I'm all alone, I live in His embrace. So many things in life, what can I count on? The one thing that I know, when fear and faith collide, I choose faith. I choose faith. Fear and faith collide, I choose faith. When I'm all alone, I live in His embrace. So many things in life, what can I count on? The one thing that I know, when fear and faith collide, I choose faith. I choose faith. When fear and faith collide, I choose faith. I choose faith. When fear and faith collide.
Such a relatable song. I was so thrilled when that one came out. I think we were talking about battles a little bit ago in the outreach message. I think one of the biggest battles, I think, that Christians tend to face today that stops them dead in their tracks if they are not careful in their walk is that it's one of the big ones, fear.
Amen.
But He has not given us a spirit of fear. He's given us a sound mind. And He tells us when you have perfect love in the mix, perfect love casts out fear. So if you have fear in the equation, obviously you got to take it to the Lord and examine why that fear is there. Because if you're not careful, with a lot of us, I think fear is one of those big, huge stumbling blocks that we just allow to seep in. And before you know it, it's one of those few things, I think, that we battle with that has its way of seeping into just about every single thing we deal with if we're not careful. And it just it has a tendency to just roll and to invade its way into a lot of the things that we deal with.
And like
And
eat away.
it really can. It really can. It can eat away at our blessings. It can eat away at our gifts, our callings, and the things we want to do, because instead of confidence, we have fear. And instead of perseverance, we have timidness and we have fear. Instead of being bold and confident, we're withdrawn because those fears to us are insurmountable. But your song shows us that there is a better way. When fear and faith, when they collide like that, and you have a decision, you have a choice to make, I choose faith. If you don't choose faith over fear, I think that's where the big problem lies.
Yep.
And so I think you draw just a real good reminder to that. When fear and faith collide, I mean, it's simple as the chorus right there. It says it all. When fear and faith collide, I choose faith. Gotta love it. I love that one. It's one of my favorites from you there, Yvonne Hartman,
Thank
joining
you.
us here on Red's Room. Now, you mentioned you take a lot of things from sermons and your church. One of
I
your
do.
songs, I got to actually see as I've been to your church as well, I got to see the actual quote on the overhead of the wall of the church where you got one of your songs
Yep.
from. Mind telling us what that one was again?
And that's actually the next song up.
Oh, is it really?
Nice
Well, let's go right into
segue.
it, shall we? Tell us about that quote that was on that church and that next song, shall we?
So it's called. It says the saying is, "Don't let the moment that you're in pause the mission that you're on." And I thought that was a pretty powerful statement. And my pastor did a whole sermon on it. And they thought it was pretty important because they put it up above the office. And that was kind of after I wrote the song. I didn't even know it was there. And I wrote this with Jesse J as well. So this is the second song that I wrote with him. And actually, this was the first song I wrote with him. When Fear and Faith Collide was the second. And then we have another one, The Evidence, coming out yet. And so, this is kind of another one of those where, you can feel very discouraged in almost anything you do, but I usually relate it to my music ministry because sometimes I get very discouraged that, things aren't going better, or, I think that, my music isn't maybe impacting people the way I think that it should, and things like that. And, this saying kind of hit me, and I'm like, this is perfect. Don't let the moment that you're in, the things that you're going through in your life, I think the devil is there and he's always trying to like push your buttons. He knows exactly, what things to do, what things to say, what things to throw in your life that are going to derail you, especially when you're on a mission from God, because that's dangerous to him. He doesn't like that, and he wants to shut you down. So that's when he's always attacking you. If the devil's attacking you, you're probably doing something right. Right? So this is called The Moment I'm In.
I've had one of those days when nothing's okay, and it feels like I'm falling apart. When nothing goes right, I'm losing the fight. It's a day that I'd like to restart. I feel like I'm losing my way. The moment I'm in, I'm ready to quit. It won't stop the mission I'm on. I'll follow his call, he won't let me fall. When God tells me go, I must go to reach every soul. Sure that they're told you could never be too far from his love. And that's the moment I'm in. The whole world is watching to see what I'm doing. It's easy to stumble and fall. Too many things staining my dreams. I'm surprising I'm sleeping at all. I feel like I'm losing my way. The moment I'm in, I'm ready to quit. It won't stop the mission I'm on. I'll follow his call, he won't let me fall. God tells me go, I must go to reach every soul. Be sure that they're told you could never be too far from his love. And that's the moment I'm in. God can change the worst times to the very best. Turns the pain into joy and gives you rest. The moment I'm in, I'm ready to quit. It won't stop the mission I'm on. I'll follow his call, he won't let me fall. When God tells me go, I must go to reach every soul. Sure that they're told you could never be too far from his love. The moment I'm in, I'm ready to quit. It won't stop the mission I'm on. I'll follow his call, he won't let me fall. When God tells me go, I must go to reach every soul. Be sure that they're told you could never be too far from his love. moment I'm in. That's the moment I'm in. That's the moment I'm in.
The moment I'm in, and no, that segue was not planned. That was
It was not. It was perfect though.
It was not. Oh, I'm always amazed and humbled when he likes to do that to me. Um, Very nice song, Yvonne. Good job, says Ron. Um, Denise says, love these events and how they come together. God has his hand in all these events. Yes, these artists in Red Room have loads of great talent. Josh says, such a great song. Yes, indeed. You can look for Yvonne Hartman music, of course, on Facebook and on YouTube and all of the streaming sites where you can go check out her music. She's always releasing stuff actively
Yep.
lately.
Every couple of months or so.
Every couple of months, you can look out for a new single soon. And also as we wind our way into November and December, which right around the corner already. It's crazy. But yes, another 2 months will be right in the throes of Christmas holiday season already. Like it or not, then it means new Christmas music, and Yvonne's going to be joining the ranks of those
Yep.
Christmas compilations. We're very excited about that as well. When you're out there doing a lot of events and doing a lot of performing, what message of hope and inspiration do you hope that people take away and take back to their churches and their communities when they're listening to either one of your projects or attending one of your shows for that matter?
I always want people to be encouraged by my music and know that God loves them and God is out there for them. And there's a song that I sing called On You, and it talks about running the race and fighting the fight. As Christians, we're out there, we're running the good race and we're fighting the good fight. And a lot of times we stumble and we fall. And I want people to know that Jesus is there to pick us up and brush us off and keep us going in the race. Don't lose faith. Don't lose hope. The end is there. Just keep running for it.
I know Scripture calls us to run our race and run our race well. And the best thing about running this race is if we keep our eyes focused, we know who wins the race at the end of the day.
Amen.
Yes, the enemy,
Absolutely.
as we mentioned, he likes to hit us when we're down. He likes to just kick us when we're down, throw salt in the wound. He is a worthy adversary. He makes it clear in Scripture. Don't slack on the enemy. He knows what he's doing, and he's a worthy adversary. You can get yourself bent up sideways backwards if you are not careful. But at the end of the day, if you stay focused, he's got the victory.
Yep.
Our eternity is secure. Those hiccups, those speed bumps, those roadblocks in life, if you stay hooked and stay connected into him, he can definitely lead you down the path of blessings and abundance, and he can and will provide for you as long as you stay in his covering and his blessing of what he wants for you in your life. And of course, you being the last musician tonight, you have the distinction of the final song, which we are at right now. What have you chosen tonight to end the night here on Red's Room this evening?
Well, first of all, I did want to mention one more thing.
Sure.
I just had an interview with Nashville Voyager magazine, did an interview with me, and it just went live. So if you want to know more about me and my music ministry, go check out the interview. It was pretty cool. Go to my Facebook page, Yvonne Hartman Music Ministry, and I just put the link up there yesterday, I think, or today. So there it is. There it is. Meet Yvonne Hartman.
Yvonne
So
Hartman,
anyway,
Nashville Voyager. Yes, there it is.
Nashville Voyager. So that was pretty cool. And they contacted me like out of the blue. I didn't go after that one. It was strange.
Wow.
It was cool. Anyway, so this song is called Go Tell It. And I wanted to make a Christmas EP this year. And so I was like practicing a couple of covers that were public domain. So I was going to do Go Tell It on the Mountain. And so I was kind of practicing and I thought, oh, how could I make this my own? And a new song came out. So that's what kind of happens with songwriters, I think. So
Mhm.
this is called Go Tell It, and it's inspired by Go Tell It on the Mountain. It's kind of similar, but I think I mean, wait till you guys hear this. This has bells in it and like timpanis and stuff, and it's like really cool. So
I've heard a little sneak peek. This is gonna be pretty cool, I think.
I
Yeah.
can't wait to release it. But I do have it back from the studio, but it's just a tiny little bit too early to release it for Christmas. So we're gonna wait just a little bit.
Uh,
So this is called Go
Tell that
Tell
to
It.
retail.
I know they probably had the Christmas stuff out already, don't they?
Oh, front and center already. Yeah, it's like we skipped Halloween and when we went right to Christmas. I'm like,
Yeah, they don't even
I'm
bother. I
walking
don't
into
think
work
with
my day job.
Thanksgiving.
I'm seeing Christmas trees and Christmas lights right up near the front end. I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
I'm still in shorts for crying out loud.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
we just got a hot tub like a month ago, and so like I had one bathing suit, and I'm like, okay, if we're gonna go in this hot tub a lot, I probably need more than one bathing suit. And
yeah, retail's probably got
surprisingly, I
sweaters
still
out right
found
now.
them at the
You found
store. Yeah, I bought two more bathing suits, so I was pretty happy.
You're
It
right
took
in the
me
nick
two
of time right
stores,
now.
but I got some bathing suits. So anyway, we've been enjoying our hot tub. My
Very
husband
nice.
really appreciates it after a long day on the farm, and he comes home and he wants to go in there and relax and have the jets, massage and everything. So he really appreciates it. I said this was a pretty good, you like my thing. I wanted to have a hot tub. And he's like, yeah, this is pretty nice. So anyway, this is called Go Tell It.
Go tell it, go tell it, go tell it on the mountain. Go tell it, go tell it, go tell it in the valley that Jesus Christ is born. That Jesus Christ is born. Shepherds in the field that night, tending to their sheep. Bright light appeared to them and woke them from their sleep. Fear not is what they heard. They fell down on their knees. Savior was born today. Why not go and see the town of Bethlehem? Go tell it, go tell it, go tell it on the mountain. Go tell it, go tell it, go tell it in the valley that Jesus Christ is born. That Jesus Christ is born. They hurried into town to see the Savior that was born. There among the animals, Mary tried to keep him warm. Give praise to the King who's come to save the world. Go now and spread the word, tell every boy and girl. Jesus came to save. Go tell it, go tell it, go tell it on the mountain. Go tell it, go tell it, go tell it in the valley that Jesus Christ is born. That Jesus Christ is born. Go tell it, go tell it, go tell it on the mountain. Go tell it, go tell it, go tell it in the valley that Jesus Christ is born. That Jesus Christ is born.
Go tell it. You can look
Go
forward to
Tell It.
that as we head our way towards the Christmas season, which musically begins a little in about a month and a half from right now. Usually, the first week or two of November is when it comes out. A lot of the music. Yes.
Yeah, it might
Do we
be like
have
the end of
a date?
October. We'll see.
Maybe October. I'll say, do we have a tentative date in mind for that yet? Or are you
Not
still kind of
yet,
playing around with it?
no. No, but it's probably like the end of October, beginning of November. I'm not sure. You know, the thing, somebody told me, they said, you know, if you're releasing new music and you're releasing Christmas music, you know, the radio stations and playlisters and stuff like that, they tend to look for stuff, you know, starting in like October, November. You know, do you want to be like the one that they get like number 100? Or do you want to be one of those like first ones, like that they, because they're likely to listen to it more if it's, you know, early and they don't have like 100 to listen to. So I don't want to wait too long.
That's true. You want to strike it while it's hot. Get right in on the ground floor right at the very beginning there, and that way you don't enter the fray after everybody's already been inundated, and you know, the first second week of December, and some people are like sick of it already.
They're like, oh my gosh, Christmas music still.
Yeah.
Did we start in July? Like the Hallmark Channel.
You stole the words right out of my mouth. I was like, yeah, ask Philip to the Hallmark
Christmas
Channel.
in July. Everybody gets so excited about that. I'm like, no, Christmas is when Christmas is supposed to be, not in July. Too early, way too early.
Tell us about where we can find you and where we can connect up with you, social media, website information, all the things that we can stay up to date on everything you got going on.
All right. So my main website is YvonneHartman.com. And Facebook is Yvonne Hartman Music Ministry. Instagram is Yvonne Hartman Music. YouTube is Yvonne Hartman Music. And then Twitter, I kind of made that like way back, and Yvonne Hartman was taken. So I did Yvonne Hartman _ I should have done Yvonne Hartman Music, but I didn't know any better back then. So I'm stuck with Yvonne Hartman _ But I'm not really a big Twitter user. So I kind of hover mostly on Facebook, Instagram, and some of YouTube. So those are my main things. But I do have a pretty new website. It's probably only been, it might be a year now. I did it during COVID, you know, kind of like revamp my whole website, and it has a whole totally new look. So if you haven't been there recently, go check it out.
Indeed, Yvonne. Thank you so much for rounding out what has been another fantastic night here on Red's Room. Continued blessings to you personally and professionally. It's been an absolute honor being able to partner with you and several musicians in your corner of the world, and getting out there to see you a few different times actually in my travels out there, and be a part of that CD release party that is the antithesis of the frame behind you there. But yes,
you really surprised me coming out to my CD party.
did I?
Yes. I'm like, you're what?
You didn't think
you're
I'd
coming
be serious,
in here?
did you?
What?
You didn't think I'd be serious, did you?
No, I did not. I mean, you know, if people know, you're from Washington State, you know, and I'm from Pennsylvania. It's all the way on the other side of the country. So, thank you very much. I was humbled and honored.
There's a little more to that story. I know you are fairly humbled that I took the time to come out for you, but let me reiterate for those that didn't know, our very first live Night of Hope that we ever did, in conjunction, of course, with Red over there. You actually came out, returned the favor. You came out from Pennsylvania out to our neck of the woods in Seattle, and you performed at that event, to which I am grateful and humbled for everyone who attended that very first Night of Hope live special. So thank you for doing that. It was awesome having you be a part of
that was fun
for us in that regard.
It was fun. Too. And I probably otherwise wouldn't have gotten to Washington, so it was great.
No, I mean, you got a lot of the downtown experience there.
I did.
With the needle,
we went to see all the sights.
The aquarium and the Pike Place market.
I missed the aquarium. You guys did that before I got there.
That's right.
Yeah, we did the big wheel though, and we did what else did we do? We did Pike's Place Market, and we did the my favorite was the Space Needle. That was cool.
That's always a sight to see if you've never been there. Yeah, it's a great vantage point from.
It was, of course, raining when we went, but other than that, it was
the weather transition by like that much, by like 2 weeks. It is still our rain has yet to come back in return, so it's still. It's on a longer extended vacation than usual for odd reason. I do not know why.
It's been very dry this year where we are.
But yeah, it's weird seeing it's weird looking in your weather map and seeing Absolutely no rain in the next 10
Sun,
days. I
sun,
just
sun,
not
sun, 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 sun.
I did not know how to add. I'm like, huh? But yes, thank you, Yvonne, for being with us. So appreciative to have you
Thank you
with
for
us.
having me.
Continued blessings to you and your family and in your music endeavors as well. Appreciate you being
Thank you.
here.
Thank you.